What's the update on Constitution?
Well, we've identified the issue that has caused this rather mysterious lameness, because there was literally nothing to see. He was lame, and there's nothing. There's no heat, there's no filling, there's no soreness. You couldn't explain it. So he spent most of yesterday in the clinic, x-rayed from head to foot. There's no point in x-raying from head to foot because we're x-raying one particular leg. And that, with blocks and x-ray, failed to show anything, which we've got to take as a positive, because if you'd have found a chip in his knee that might have needed removing, or a joint or anything, that, you know, those parts of the mechanism are dangerous, and if you get injuries in there, you've got a pretty big problem. There was nothing to see there. An ultrasound scan revealed very little more, and an MRI scan last night has found that there is a pocket of sort of little bruising, if you like, but it's touching the nerve in the pastern. Okay. The pastern is not affected. Nothing is. There's no injury as such. It's touching a nerve, and I think, as you know, whether it's in your tooth or your foot, if you start touching nerves, they're pretty sore. And Dave Matheson, who's our vet and who's been minding the case, it's 2 days now. You know, as he says, he hasn't seen anything like this in all his 40 years of practice. This horse can do different things to anybody else, like he does on the racecourse.
So what do you do in a situation? Is it operable?
Nothing,
Is it
nothing.
just rest?
And I mean, the obvious question is how long. And Dave's opinion was, I said, give me the long and the short, maximum and minor. And he thought maximum might be 3 weeks, minimum could be 3 days. If it's 3 days, we'll get to Kempton. If it's 3 weeks, we wouldn't get to Kempton. I mean, that, you know, is as near as black and white as you can get. If it did take 3 weeks, I'm afraid he would take Kempton out as well. But if it's only 3 days, well, we can live with that. He had a good gallop last week, and we could train him in 10 days' time, and that would be great.
It's frustrating, isn't it? But that's equine athletes for you.
It is, and it's certainly horses. And don't forget, they can't talk. I mean, a human athlete is a bit easier because he can tell you where he's sore. We've identified that now, so that's the good thing. And as I say, and there's no permanent damage. He's never ever taken a lame step in his life. And I say, it's just we find new things in this world every single year, and here we go again. And it's him.
And the other thing is, he's working with a very, very good horse, wasn't he?
He is. He's very talented, yeah.
And what's the latest on him?
Well, I think we'll do a bit of work with him or tomorrow, see what the weather's like. But I mean, if it's not absolutely foul, which it could be, then I'd probably try and work him tomorrow or Monday, and then see where we go from there. With a definite view that if all goes well, he will go to Newcastle. It was not the plan. I mean, he probably wouldn't be able to go to Kempton anyway, but he would be able to go to Newcastle.